What up, the homies and homies? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and we are back. But before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that we have a brand new product release. It's called Urban Style Flyer Design Tutorials. It's very, very intense, fam. It's intense level training, expert level training. It got more than 9 hours of intense, detailed tutorials. I have over 120 professional industry premium fonts and over 120 Photoshop brushes, lights, and assets. It also comes with some premium sessions that teaches you how to take these flyers and animate them and then convert them into high quality GIF files, GIF files for, social media networking, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and more. So if you're interested, make sure y'all go over to todaysbeast.com/urbanstyle/ and check it out. All right, so now that that's out the way, let's get back to business. I'm back. I know I've been gone for a long time, and I can explain. Your homie Grand Tizzle got his hands in 5, or should I say several projects. And in the future, I'll explain more in detail of the things that I'm doing. But let me kind of just show you really quick, so that you can get a small little taste of what's going on. You probably noticed that I posted up an image that I was doing for Puff Daddy for a jacket dedicated to Kim Porter for the past birthday. They just had Puff Daddy just had his 50th birthday party, and we presented some material to them. An airbrush design to them. Anyway, make a long story short, I'm doing airbrush jackets and things like that for celebrities, and that's one of the things that I've been doing. Another thing, I've been working with a record company, doing videos and graphic designs and websites, and they're called KFM, Carl Folk Music, a record label, and I'll get into details on that. It's a Motown, well, not, I won't say Motown, but it's a Detroit record label. And then I'm also involved in a bike company called Wheel Effects, and that's a new invention, and from an inventor from Detroit, again, Carl Folks, and he has been working on some tremendous projects, and he called me in to be a coach, assistant, developer, as well as partner. So I've been really tied up doing that, but I don't neglect what I'm doing for YouTube and my community as a teacher. So with that being said, there is a thing that's happening, and a lot of women has found the niche to with the hair game. And a lot of young ladies is wearing Brazilian hair and different things like that. And a lot of people have been coming to me for websites and designs and things like that. But one thing that's happening is that there's a trend going on, and they have their hands, they have manufacturing deals and distribution deals with these different companies to sell hair, to the community or whoever. But when they try to display the hair, or when they try to present the hair or market the hair, have pictures and things like that, you have to be careful not to use copyright, images. Some people spend thousands of dollars for photo shoots for the hair. And you got these independent companies that have their websites, and they're coming up with these hair design. They're selling hair, but they want to present it, and they don't have the budget at the starting cost, the starting budget to put together the woman that can display the hair. So this tutorial today has been a highly requested, special made tutorial specifically for those who have to find a workaround. This is a workaround so that you can create your own faces with your own hairstyle, your own hair product, and you cannot get in trouble for it because it's your own face. So what I'm going to do is walk you through step by literal step, as if you're paying, but you don't have to pay for this. I'm going to do it for free. But if you want to learn more how to put together flyers and things like that, of course, you can go to todaysbeats.com/urban-styles, and you'll find tutorials teaching you how to put together flyers and different things like that so you can sell your product. But right now, I'm going to show you today in this session how to put together your own face and with your own hair, and no one is going to get in trouble because you created it from scratch yourself. Now, mind you, you're going to have to take some eyeballs from one subject, a nose from another subject, a pair of lips from another subject, but when you're done, that's your face. And if you want to, you can sue somebody else that uses your face, even though we took the eyeballs and nose and lips and things like that. But anyway, in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, fam, so the first thing you may want to do in this endeavor is I'm going to pick, now right here, what I'm gonna do is pick a mannequin, and that's because it's a face that is not owned by anybody. This is just a mannequin. But when we're done, we're going to turn this mannequin face into a human face, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. And then that way, you know, nobody can say, well, you started with my face and you just da-da-da. You know, we started with a mannequin where we took some eyes from over here, and a nose from over here, lips from over here. But we're going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is copy this image, and we're going to paste it. And I'll tell you the size that I'm using right now. I'm using, I think it's a 600 or 800 by 800 72 DPI. All right, so now that I got this boy in here, let me see. Let me move this here and stretch this out. Oh, and I want to give a special shout out and a call out to my good friend, Concrete Picasso. Now, I want to let you know, Picasso, I have not forgot about you. I saw the messages and things like that. That's just how busy I've been. I just explained, you know, how crazy busy I've been. But I do not want to neglect, you know, the people that I've been helping out. I do not want to neglect none of my entrepreneurs, because I may need to lean on you in the future. And then it really don't matter if I need to lean on you or not. That's just my job. You know, I'm put here to teach, preach, and teach, and that's what I'm gonna do, no matter what the situation may be. So don't forget, I don't know if you have my new number, but my new number is 1-586-741-1153. So give me a call, and as soon as I get some freedom, I will be calling you. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I know he probably watching this video and he need to be able to reach out to me. Okay, so with that being said, let me explain a few things that you're going to have to do. Side shots, profiles, left looking or right looking or side, don't use them. Use something that's frontal. I'll explain to you why in a second. But the reason frontal is important, because when we do our searches for images, the only thing that can mimic this look is another frontal shot. So right now we have this, but for an example, we can't use this, although, you know, she's beautiful and everything like that, but she's still looking to the side. So if I try to take those eyes and put it right here, that's not going to match. So the goal, y'all, is to do a Google search and look for some eyes that's straight on. Now this could be it. Now what we want to be careful of is this does not have as much detail as this. So you want to make sure that your resolution, you'll be able to see eyebrows, you'll be able to maybe see gradient in eyes, dots, and eyelashes. All right, if you look at this image, even though she's frontal, it still does not match the detail or the resolution. All right, now we still can use this, but for the sake of this tutorial, and you can do trial and error on your own, But for the sake of this tutorial, we want to find something a little more high resolution, looking straight ahead. This is a 400 by 600. This could be okay, but we might can find something even better. So, and as far as the hair is concerned, we're going to work on that later. First thing we want to do is create our own person. So we're going to do a search, look around, this look like, what's her name? Is that look like homegirl? You know, celebrity we know. Okay. So let's continue to do the search. Let's look for some straight on headshots. This is one. And I did this before. Actually, I did this a couple times because I was working with a company that needed to be able to. I think we might use it. Let's look around. They needed to be able to put up some fresh images, but they couldn't be compromised, couldn't be called out, things like that. Now, especially for my Instagram ladies that is putting together these different hair products and things like that. A lot of promotion is done on Instagram, meaning a lot of people is going to be competing with you on Instagram. So if you can come up with your own images, you lessen the competition. All right, so let's do this. This right here, like we might can use her eyes. It's kind of obvious here. You know, her eyes is very, very obvious. But oh, here's something right here. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I like those. Straight on right here, I like this. Okay, let's use this. So what I'm gonna do is copy the image address, go up here, paste and go to it, copy that image because it's most likely the largest image, and then we're gonna paste it here. Now, watch what happens here. We're just gonna literally just draw around her eyes and hold Control C copy, hold Control V paste. Now let's move this out the way, and now we got these eyes. So the goal is, since this is frontal, let's put this in opacity, lower the opacity so we can see transparent, and let's blow this up until the eyes match here. It don't have to be absolutely perfect, but the circle of the eyes should match. Okay, make it a little bigger. Okay, and then we can make some adjustments. I'm gonna hold shift so we can shift it. And as you can see, I'm working in the latest Photoshop. So as we see here, if we look at the eyes, we see that these eyes is pretty wide. That's not even natural. What's more natural is the more narrow eyes. So we keep that in mind when we match them. Maybe we can just broaden it out a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna hit enter. And it pretty much look like it's in a reasonable position here. I'm gonna hold Control Shift and slide this so that the two eyeballs can meet. Let's back it up, see what we're working with. And as we can see right here, we almost making this mannequin look realistic. So now let's take the opacity, let's put it back up to high. Okay, now you're worried about the color. Now this looks good so far. Once we put a real nose on there, real lips, this is a real human being face. Okay, but now we want to match the color. So to do that, go up to image adjustments and go to levels, and we're going to adjust our levels until we can match the levels of this particular image. Now sometimes you can push it too much, right? You want to be careful pushing this and pushing and pulling it until we can almost kind of, the goal is to almost try to make it disappear, right? Okay. All right, and we're gonna worry about the line. We're gonna work that out. Now let's see if we can kind of push and pull some levels, different color levels. So maybe if we pull some of the red out a little, and then let's see what we can do with the green. I usually like to start with the middle and see if adjusting the green will do anything. And you pretty much can see it right off. If it's not making significant adjustments, I keep that at 0. Because flesh tones is typically Oops, sorry about that. Dang, what happened? What's going on here? Okay, 74. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, you gotta go back there. All right, but flesh tones typically don't use these numbers here. They usually, fall on the blue or the red line as far as adjustment, because you're either gonna go to the blue and pull out the blue and go to the red and push the red. So this right here is okay for now. So what we're going to do is hit OK. We're going to keep that, but then we're going to go to our brush and go to our feathered brush right here, soft round, and let's blow it up, and then let's do something like kind of just brush a little bit of the edge so we can get a nice little blend. Just blend the face to that. Okay, and we see we have the lace front up here. We're going to find a way to remove that. We ain't going to worry about that right now because we're going to get some other images. Now, if we take the eyes from her, let's go back to her. We take the eyes from her. If we take the nose and the mouth, then, we can, probably have some issues. But the shape of the head and everything like that is different from the shape of the head of here. So we took the eyes. So at this point, at this very point right now, she's our woman. We created her, right? I'm gonna hold control. I'm going to adjust her to my own personal taste of beauty. So, and that's just my personal taste. Now, don't mean, don't trip on me. But, so this is, let me see, her eyes maybe a little higher, a little closer. Let's move it a little bit to the left a little. And this will be it for me. Okay, cool. Them type of girls you like, T? So this is just my, definition of what I think might look attractive. Okay, sorry about that. Let me undo that. And we'll go back up here and kind of just, blend that in. All right. So now, let's work on a nose. So I'm gonna pause this for a second. We're gonna pull up a nose, and then we're gonna show how we're gonna apply this nose, okay? So I think, okay, go back, okay. So we want a frontal face. Now, a lot of times, if you want to follow through with the frontals, you can right click and hit search Google for image. This is a little tip trick I'm teaching y'all. And right here, you'll see something say visually similar images. So we'll click that so that we can get more frontals, right? It's not gonna be exact, but it'll be close enough. So here's a good frontal right here. She's a pretty girl, but I want a little bit more definition in the nose. So what I'll do is find something else. This is interesting, but that's too small. The image, you see it say 262 by 363. So that's too small. This is okay. This right here is really frontal. Okay, I think this might be good. Now her nose is a little bit round for my particular taste, but I'm thinking this might be good. So we're gonna do a search Google for image, see if we can find this larger size, and we can 800 by 800. We click that, and then we right click and copy image address so that we can get the image. Okay, we copy that image and we go over here and we paste it into Photoshop. And now what we're going to do is just take her nose. So let's go ahead and draw a circle around her nose and get a wide enough range so we can blend it in. I'm gonna hold Control C, Control V, and now we just pasted homegirl nose. And let's adjust it. Wait, first let's turn it and let's adjust the opacity so we can see through it. And now let's match the width. That's the idea, because the width of the nose is always going to correlate with the width of the face. So if a nose is too small, you know it's wrong. Now, the shape of a nose can be anything, but the size of the nose is the most important thing for proportion. So we're not looking for, you know, if the nose is a pug nose or point nose or nothing. We're not looking for nothing like that. We're looking for proportion. So right now we see from the left to right is about going to be the same size. Now again, the shape of the nose is relative, right? All right, so now with that, let's go ahead and turn it up. Okay, we know that let's look at the holes of the nose. We see that these holes here should match these holes. I know how that sounds, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, don't trip on me, okay? All right, so that hole should look like that hole. And then now let's go back up to levels again, and let's try to adjust this to where the color matches the color in the face. All right. Now these are low resolution images, so it might not act as appropriate. You know what I mean? It might act a little funky, a little weird, because the resolution is really going to be the issue. But you know, we'll work with it. So let's get to adjusting some things. Okay, we'll pull the reds out a little bit on that. We won't touch the green. Let's go straight to the blue and adjust some blue. And it looked like we almost matching it here. Pull out some shadows, put some highlights in, things like that. And if we look back, it looked like that might be okay. We'll know more once we fade it in. So let's go ahead and edge out the edges here, right? And let's go in here and edge this out and erase that with a feather, erase that. And now we have the nose. Okay, so we have our own eyes, and now we have our own nose. Now, based on what I'm seeing and based on what my understanding what composition of faces is, look like that nose can be just a little bigger. So I'm gonna boost it just a little, and let's center it, bring it up, bring it down, and adjust to taste. Now, to me, she's a cute looking, you know, looking realistic mannequin. Okay, so now let's go for the lips. Now, these lips, let's see if these lips work, right? Let's just see. We don't know, but let's take it. Now, nobody's going to say, hey, you got my lips on there. No, they're not going to say that, hey, you got my nose. No, they're not going to say that. They may say you got my face, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, but they're not going to go fuss to you about, you know, somebody having their lips. It's going to be hard to prove. So, you know, this is photo manipulation. We're creating our own human beings. So let's hit enter and let's adjust the opacity to this so we can match the width of the lips to the width of the lips. And look like that's actually that may be the perfect width. So let's turn the opacity up, bring it back. So what I don't like in particular is the mouth is open. And also in relation to the eyes, let me show you something real quick. When I used to draw comics, this is how you knew proper proportions to faces. So I'm gonna try to pull up a guide. Let's see, you gotta probably hit enter. I'm gonna pull up a guide, view, lock guides, new guide. And the guide that I'm gonna pull up is going to be a vertical guide, all right? So we have this vertical guide here. Now let me show you something. We're gonna go to pay attention to here. We're gonna go to the middle of this eye. And let's do another guide. Select, view, new guide, vertical. And we're gonna slide this to this. Now in cartoons, what they teach you when you're drawing cartoons is that they teach you that the bottom of the end of the lips should always fall in the middle of the eye. That's proper proportion. Now, if we look at this, if we fall back and we look at this, you'll kind of see that her lips is a little small. And what we're gonna do before we adjust it, let's go ahead and adjust the levels on this so we can kind of put it in context of everything else. So we're gonna adjust that and brighten that up. And that's cool. Let's see if we can boost or pull some red. Okay, that might be okay. And we can always add some red to it later. Let's see what this blue do. Okay, good. So sucking out some of this mid-tone blue is adding to the yellow. And let's see, we adjust it. Okay, we push it a little bit, and that's softening up the yellow. And then the green, let's see if green can do anything. Yeah, the green looked like it's taking a little bit of the yellow out too. So we got it as close as humanly possible to the original, and that makes it even that much more transparent and closer to the face when I start removing the, kind of fading it in just by removing the edge here. Now let me undo that because we see the underline of her other lip. Okay, all right, we do that. And then there's another thing that we can do to really remove. Here, let me do this. Let me undo that. I'm gonna show you how we can remove. Here, let's hide that, and let's take this lip and do something with this. Let's try to find a way to remove that lip. Let's first try. Oh, the healing brush. Oh, you're not letting me. Let's see. Why not? Oh, because right there. Okay. Let me try spot healing. Okay, so that did that. But you get the picture right here. Let me undo that. It's a lot of different ways, better ways we can do it. Patch tool. Let me see what the patch tool would do. Okay, I think that is probably better. And we put the lip in. Okay, so now we really can see it in context of the face here. And she looked like she in shock, but we're gonna go ahead and roll with that. And then let's go ahead. Oops, undo that. Let's go ahead and erase around the lips. And then we don't have to worry about our under lip. But now let's take a look at this, and we see that the proportions could possibly be off. Although she do look real, according to the rules, the lips supposed to hit edge to edge. Now let's see if we do that. Okay, no, that's not working because her lips look super big. So let's shrink it back down and kind of go to taste. And I'm thinking that might be good. So now I'm assuming that the rules here go for drawing. You know what I mean? But those are guidelines, and I could be mistaken. I know we have a triangle here, from this eye to this eye, then going down, then going up like that. But that's another thing. All right, so right now, here, let's move you out the way because y'all making me look stupid right now. I'm trying to teach y'all something new, and I can't even figure it out. But now we got this lady, and look it. She's a whole lady that was not even here. Let's see, shrink the eyes a little bit. Yeah, there we go. See, who is she? I'm gonna call her Konika. Yeah, that's Konika. Now here's the beauty about this, y'all. Let's adjust that. Let's see what we can get happening here. Konika. Touch your eyes a little bit. Konika. Hit enter, slide you over, and there we go. I just made me my own little Konika. What the heck is Konika? Okay, so let's try to do something with this lace front up here. So let's go ahead and let's take this forehead. So okay, let's take this forehead. And let's take sister girl to the top. Actually, that forehead is not big enough. Let's try this forehead. So let's go ahead. And really what I'm really trying to do is really drive home the point that we can create our own Frankenstein. Not trying to call the sisters Frankenstein, but no. What happened? Yeah, I'm not trying to paste no lips. Let's do this again. But basically we creating here. Let me hold Control C, Control V. We just pasted the forehead. And let's kind of just move this. And the only reason I'm really kind of moving this around is because, you know, we got this forehead here. All right, and we're going to adjust it to one end meets one spot, another end meets another spot. And the primary thing, what we're trying to do is get rid of the lace front. All right, so again, go to levels, adjust your levels until it matches the yellowish tone of the original image. Remember, it don't have to be absolutely perfect or flawless, but you do want it to come as close as possible. Adjust your mid-tones for every color so we can push it. I think if we pull it, we'll be adjusting it a little bit more close. Take a little bit of saturation out. And the green, so adjust the green a little bit. Okay. Look like that might be okay. I want to lighten it up just a little bit. And then the blues, normally I like to take out the blues, because if you take out the blues, it gives me more orange. All right, so I think that is okay enough, because how I'm gonna deal with it from here on out is going to make it work. So let's erase around the hairline, right? We'll erase around the hairline. All right, now we see she got a little texture up there, you know what I'm saying? But what we do here, to get rid of that, because the rest of her face is pretty smooth, to get rid of that, we're just gonna go to the Gaussian blur, soften that up like that, soften it up accordingly, and I think that's good enough. Go back in there and tighten a few things up, and maybe even, oops, sorry about that here, let me undo. Maybe even pull it down. So we're gonna hold shift and pull it. Okay. All right, let's remove a little bit that's covering up the eyebrow here. And now we got this woman that we created. Yeah, I don't like this shadow here. Oops, undo that. Go back and pick that. Let's move this over a little like this. And we'll move that over a little like this. All right. I know a lot of ladies is going to appreciate a tutorial like this, including my guys, because the ladies will be hiring you guys to put together flyers. And if they're not, they're going to want to know how to put together flyers themselves. This keeps them in the clear. Nobody can claim that look like that need to be fixed, but we'll fix that later. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But can't nobody claim that this is their woman. Now we have another issue: hair and the necklace. All right, so that's an easy fix. We won't really worry about that. But let's address the hair. So let's go up here and let's pick some Brazilian hair. So what I'm gonna do is here, or maybe this right here. Let's see this. I'm just gonna kind of go around and kind of look for some hair. This is interesting. This is interesting right here. This is a doll that don't belong to nobody. She got a long neck. I don't know where they do that at, but that's cool. I keep running into this, and I kind of like this. But when we use hair, we want to make sure that the forehead kind of match what the hair is doing. All right. Another thing is that there's another way we can do this hair. So so I'm trying to kind of think of a few different options on what we can do. And I also, let's do this, y'all. Before we go any further, we see that this is a real woman. Now, remember, we did start this off as a mannequin. So with that being said, this mannequin really have a lifeless color to it. So let's go to our adjustments and kind of start messing with levels and shadows and things like that, adjusting this so it can have a more of a fleshier tone, so she can look more human. Her tone, complexion can have a more human look and feel to it. Now see, so that's getting much warmer, and we also see this obvious line here. You see this little weird little line. We'll figure it out. Oh, we see the lace. Okay, that's the lace front. That's kind of just, you know, doing its thing. And so what we can do to deal with that is we can remove everything, and we can use the little effects that Adobe already come with. Say for example, the patch tool. We can go in here and actually here, because the eye is going to be covered all together. So we can do something like that maybe. And then if we slide it here, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. When we're doing this effect, we can't really have any black in it. So let's first handle this. Okay, a little better than it was. Not 100%. I can look around and find more ways to help it. So let's see what happens if we bring our tones back. All right, a little better. I don't really like all of that clunkiness that's going over there, but this will give you an idea of how we can fix certain things up. So we go back and pick that, and we can go in here and work on like fixing that. All right, that's good. And we can fix that. All right, that's decent. And this lace here, that's decent. And then we can do the same with this. Now that always ain't gonna come out exact and simple like that, but so we knock a lot of edges off. Let's maybe do a better blend with these here. So let's reselect them and go back here and fine tune the eraser to blend it in better. You see. And the same thing with that, the nose. Oops, sorry about that. But we see how that's blended now. See. So we get this part, you know, the bridge and the shadow of the bridge. We get that to collaborate with the nose, bringing it all in. So now this is our lady. All right. Now I'm going to merge all these together. Here, let's delete what we're not using. Okay. Let's hold Control E. So we just blended all of the face together. That's the mannequin. That's my lady face. And of course, obviously, it's a few things that we can do to really tighten that up. But you can't tell she was a mannequin. You can't tell she used to be a mannequin. So that covers how to make a face. Now I should come back and do another tutorial how to add the air. I'm gonna try to do maybe a little something like a dirty. This is a dirty little something, but I will come back and go ahead and show you how we can do the hair and add some hair and put you in a situation where you can't be bothered. You know, Instagram or YouTube can't pull your account because these are your images. You did create them, and it's a protection that that YouTube and the government got, where we can use certain images and do certain things to it, and it becomes ours once we tweak it some type of significant way. So a person can't come on here and say, you know, we're going to sue you because you got our eyes. You know, they can't do that. But let's do this. Now that we got the fade, and this again is going to be a rough version of a different hairstyle on her. You want to find the balance on where the hairline is to adjust the opacity so you can know what to erase. So let's we'll turn it all the way up now, and we're going to take her face out and make sure that we go around it in such a way, and we can actually, we'll leave the shadows there. And in short, this is what you can do. This is how you can create your own facial characters. And actually, it's probably, realistically, it's probably some software out there that can do it for you. But look how big her shoulders is. She's like a linebacker. But here, let me go ahead and fix all this up. So you can't get sued for, somebody wearing the same chain as you, know what I mean? But anyway, as you see here, we got different hair, we got different eyes, different nose, different lips. This is my woman. She's mine, right? You may have had them once, but I had them all the time. She's mine. Okay, delete that. And obviously, and of course, we can, do some things. Delete the background here. Let's see. Let's delete these, select that, and go in here and kind of just erase what's happening back here. Just so you can kind of get in context of what we're doing here. And there you have it. It took a long time, but what I want you to think about is a photo shoot, how much a photo shoot would cost. Now, of course, obviously, it could be better. This is really a really quick way to how you can come up with your own faces, come up with your own hair. Nobody can sue you for this. And this is what you can use for your Instagram, things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, this down here is sloppy. It shouldn't be that, ridiculous. I'm just all over the place right there with that. You know what I'm saying? But the idea is that she's yours. You can do whatever you want to do to it. You can save it. You can put your signature down there. That's your face. The fun part is that you can make endless faces. It may take you a minute. It took me 40 minutes to show you how to do this. But to set up a photo shoot and to get the right hair and to get the right face and to get the right makeup and to get the right complexion, that's a lot of trouble. Best that you could just Photoshop it, do it in Photoshop, and you can post it. And now when you post these images on Instagram for your barbershop or for your hair salon or for your beauty products and supplies, nobody can say, hey, that's my picture, and then flag your site, and then Instagram take it down for inappropriate material, because they'll stop your site for inappropriate material, and it may not be naked, it just could belong to somebody else. And if it belongs to somebody else, and then they do a copyright strike and all that other type of madness, then you're dealing with some issues. This way right here, 100% fact, this is my stuff, I'm using it, this is my hair product, and boom, you got it from there. I know you guys benefited from this, boy, but I'm going to tell you something. If you benefited from this, make sure you go over to www.todaysbees.com/urban-style and pick up the tutorials teaching how to make flyers and things like that. And I get into other details about how to do fun things like this, but this is something I really wanted to share with you guys for free to show you the value that you get when you holler at your homie Grand Tills Nizzle. So again, I apologize for waiting so long to get to y'all. Some things I can just shoot up here. This was something that's real high demand. Hopefully, and share this video. Nope, don't share. Yeah, share it. I don't know. Do what y'all want to do. Everybody gonna have different faces anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you want to show your appreciation, share it, and I can get some promotion and some sales from the tutorials, and that will be your way of paying me back. So that's it, fam. Again, I'm sorry how long it take me to post up these things, but when I come back, I'm gonna show you everything that I've been doing, show you the progress. I'm gonna show you how you can benefit from the things that I've learned out there in the industry. All right, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to sub, like, and hit that bell so you won't miss a beat of that heat that I bring to my lead. Till the next time, see you in a minute. See you when I spin it. Peace.